Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of A Bro's Dream podcast. I think this is episode 4. Here we have another guest with us. Today our guest is Jimbo, JCR.one, and we are very happy to have him.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate you all inviting me to come on the show, Ram and Kev.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, man. I've been excited ever since we sent out the invite. So this is going to be a good episode.
Yeah, I think it will. I've been excited since I got the invite.
Yeah. Jimbo has been the person who has very much been like a father figure in a lot of our Harmony, father / big bro figure in a lot of, our journey through Harmony. So being able to talk to him face to face, see him, learn a bit about his journey is definitely a pleasure. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you found Harmony, got into it?
So I found way back in December or January, I started getting into the cryptocurrency space. There's a lot of hype with Bitcoin at the time, a lot of hype with Dogecoin or Dogecoin. I pronounce it Dogecoin. It just sounds better to me. But so there was a lot of hype, and I'd been kind of following it from a couple of friends of mine for a couple of years now, but I hadn't taken the leap. So I wanted to get in. I started a Crypto.com account. It took a little bit to get set up, and I bought the usual. I bought some Bitcoin, I bought some Ethereum, I bought some Dogecoin, I bought some Polkadot. I bought, what else did I buy? I bought a bunch of them, but I didn't really understand anything about trading at the time. I spent a huge, probably a 30-day deep dive to learn just how to trade, specifically on how to trade, because I don't want to get wrecked.
Yeah.
You get wrecked fast, get rich slow. That's the bottom line. So basically, so I spent the time and I started researching, and what I wanted to find, I missed the boat on so many things. I felt like I was really late. So I was looking for the next Bitcoin or Ethereum that, hadn't popped off yet. And I found Harmony in, I want to say, early February, right as it crested 2 cents is when I jumped in. And then I started really watching, paying attention, doing some research on the project, and I looked at the team, and that's an all-star cast right there. And what they're doing, the cross-chain interoperability bridges is the most critical function to me in all of cryptocurrency. There is nothing more important right now than those Harmony bridges to me. So that was the thing that really clinched it for me, why I'm so dedicated to this particular cryptocurrency, blockchain, however you want to call it. For me, it's blockchain. So, but that's how I got in, and then I wanted to get involved because that's one of the things about Harmony is you can get involved. Harmony is essentially one giant DAO. You can vote. You can delegate to a validator so that you can have a voice. There's so many ways to get involved, and I wanted to get involved. And the first thing I did, obviously, was get involved in the community on Twitter. I started off in Reddit, but Reddit just didn't. Me and that UI didn't get along. But I love Twitter. I've been on Twitter for a long, long time. So I made that my main focal point in getting involved in the community. And then I started noticing I have enough coins to actually start a validator node. I was like, that sounds like a great idea. And So I wanted to hop in and I started a node. And boy, was that a learning curve. Oh my God. uh,
Yeah.
and I just kept getting more and more involved. And I wanted to see as many people as possible make that jump and get involved and participate. So that's kind of been my focus point, is seeing as many people as possible succeed.
Yeah, I know I definitely would not be as far along as I am or as much entrenched without, Jimbo's help and his leadership. So I'm so happy you decided to do that. So happy.
Yeah, I I'm always looking for potential. That
Yeah.
I think that is, I kind of look at it as I'm not looking for somebody who's already doing well. I'm looking for somebody that has the potential to bring something positive to Harmony. And
Yeah.
so obviously, I saw something there with you that I wanted to kind of promote. And so I did. And
Yeah.
obviously, that paid off huge dividends. Uh, you know, turns out you have like a master's degree in computer
Yeah,
science.
man. Dude, he's a genius, man.
So I was like, oh, like I found a diamond right here. So that's the way I look at it. So definitely for me, everything is about looking at people's potential, not where they are now, but where they can go.
Mm,
So,
Yeah, speaking like a true mentor.
mm. Wisdom. Mm. All right. So thank you again, Jim, for talking to us about your experience and your journey so far. So we're going to start talking about the different topics that we have for today. The first topic that we wanted to go into was Anyswap. So Anyswap is another DEX that you can go and trade on, swap, and it also has bridging capabilities. A lot of their main focus is on bridging. And they recently had a partnership with Harmony. And they also I haven't gone in and actually played around with it myself, but Bitcoin bridging capabilities.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
So
yeah.
do you know a little bit more about that, Kev? Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah. So the bridging capabilities. So let's say if you have any wrapped Bitcoin, you're able to actually swap that natively into the Anyswap deck. So you can essentially just start trading that, and from there you bring liquidity into any farming pools that Anyswap has available, and you can start yield farming from that, which is just phenomenal because almost everybody owns Bitcoin. So that right there is like a huge no-brainer. And that's something that Harmony team is actually in development with. I think towards the end of the year, they want to actually launch our bridge to Bitcoin. So being able to do those swaps is actually game changing. So now we can use any swap on with Harmony, and now we have the BTC bridge. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, I think it's in their platform, they use the NEBTC
Mhm.
token to do a lot
Yeah,
of those transactions for
yeah. So
bridging.
it's like a kind of like a wrapped BTC. So it's not like a native BTC, but you can pretty much do it from there.
yeah,
Yeah. So
didn't
you
they
can see
just
it
do
right
the
there.
Polygon Matic one too?
Yeah, yep,
Possibly. Yeah, they're
yep.
working. They're pumping on a lot of stuff, which is cool because that just brings more usability to it. So users, all they have to do now is just look for it and then just start swapping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead, Jimbo.
yeah. They did the Bitcoin bridge one first, which was really interesting because I think that's the first time. Even though we're going to do a native bridge, which will allow more functionality and security, Well, I think it'll allow more security because it's smart contract based.
Yeah,
You know, this is the first time we've been able to get wrapped Bitcoin onto Harmony. So that's, you know, super
yeah,
critical. And then the Polygon bridge, I noticed with the Polygon bridge, one of the wrap tokens is also Bitcoin.
Okay. Really? Okay, that's awesome. Oh yeah, here it is. Proof of stake wrapped Bitcoin on Harmony
yeah.
bridged from Polygon. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's they I guess they launched it together with it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, I
What else?
think
I'm looking at their page right now as well. I think they had some announcement for it. I'm looking for it.
the more bridges, the better. Like Jim was saying earlier, that feature of connecting to all different types of protocols and all different types of blockchains is critical for several reasons. One, liquidity, two, interoperability, DApp usage. It just provides, it grows the whole ecosystem. So I think it's good to see. It's great to see.
So for me, we won't make a full transition from Web 2 to Web 3 till all these chains are completed. Once that happens, that opens up
Yeah.
everything. So
Oh, yeah.
interoperability, like actual native bridges across the board, where everything can flow, transactions can flow cross-chain. That's what's going to open up, you know, the
More
transition
doors.
from Web 2 to Web 3. So that's super critical for me, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Harmony.
Yeah, because that's their one of their main goals. They want to do the interoperability, so being able to flow assets seamlessly from one chain to another, it opens so many doors. Jesus, like for example, just even using Sushi Swap, if you're able to just farm on Sushi Swap on all these type of protocols, is just, man, the liquidity that we're all going to be able to see is just, it's going to just transcend anything that we've seen as of right now.
Yeah.
And Ram, you're showing your Google stuff.
Yeah, I
Oh.
know. I don't mind too much. Those aren't
Okay.
important emails.
Awesome.
But what's it called? I know last episode we talked about Curve and we talked about Bancor and a lot of an Aave and all these different platforms. Like the liquidity is coming. Like we saw how quickly Sushi grew, and that's
Yeah.
what's
You
gonna
all
happen.
see the announcement this morning?
Yeah, Curve.
Yeah, I did.
The Curve.
I did.
Yeah.
They, Harmony posted a proposal to launch Curve on Harmony. So
Yeah.
that just came out this morning.
Mhm.
Really excited. Like Curve offers multiple or like dual stable coin pools, so you don't have to worry about impermanent loss as much. That's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. I didn't find out really about Curve until our last episode when we were talking about it, but what they offer is actually amazing, and I was surprised that I never heard of them. But it's really, really good, and a lot of people actually go to their pools for that reason, because when it comes to perma loss and yield farming, it's a big thing.
It's
So,
huge.
and that's why a lot of people get wrecked when they don't really understand it, and they just start supplying liquidity to pools that they don't know where they're coming from. They get rug pulled very easily because the first people who supply liquidity to those pools are the ones that gain the most advantage.
Yep.
And once they reach a certain level of yield where their initial investment is now valued 10 times, maybe even 20 times, they'll pull that liquidity out. And everyone who was starting to pull in their liquidity, they all lose it. And then when they pull out, let's say you put in $100 and then you see liquidity just getting pulled out, now those $100 are worth like maybe $10. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem with yield farming. But in this aspect, you don't have to worry about half of that because it's locked in a stable coin.
Yeah,
So
stable
it's
coin against stable coin.
You don't have to worry
yeah,
about it at all,
so
right?
it's the price fluctuation is going to be very minimal. And
Yeah.
how you can see that is if you've ever gone to like Coinbase and you looked at their chart, their graph on a stable coin, you see it go up and down. And at first you'd be like, why is it going up and down? But that's just the price action of the stable coin because it's correcting itself, it's following an algorithm, but its job is to stay at $1. And that's what it's so powerful about these stablecoin pools because the liquidity isn't going to change drastically. So what you put in should remain about the same. The only way that you'll see some risk is if it's paired with one stablecoin and one asset, like for example, Harmony. If Harmony drops 10%, you would have lost 10% of the initial value, but also realize that those are unrealized profits. So the only time that lost will be realized is when you pull away from that yield farming pool.
And you're still getting that nice yield on top
Yes.
of it, you know?
Yes.
It was interesting. I was talking to someone the other day, and apparently decades ago, banks used to offer decent yields, but then it like got destroyed to like, you know, 0.01%. Is that true? Do you guys like, was there a time where banks offered like 6-7% yields returns?
I grew up, obviously I grew up in the, late 80s, and I had a bank account as a kid with like a couple dollars in it. And I want to say savings accounts back then, you could get like 3%. So, but now you can get like 0.01%.
Yeah.
So a savings account, you're not going to beat inflation anymore. In fact, if you put money into a savings account,
Losing.
the value is going to continue to deteriorate.
You're losing money.
Yes. So everything that that you have sitting in that bank account is just the purchasing power of it is declining rapidly.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know if you guys been watching crypto news lately, but that's why I think the state of Texas and another state is filing a lawsuit with what's that place?
Coinbase, Curve, Bank.
No, Celsius. Just filing a lawsuit with Celsius because of the yields that they have. So they're trying to they sent a cease and desist letter, I think yesterday or Friday, telling them that they have until October to cease operating in that state.
Oh, wow.
Because of their yield. So these are the banks that are trying to stop us everyday average people to make the yields that we're supposed to make. It's unbelievable, but that's kind of what we're seeing now. And it's not the first one. They're going after Coinbase too because of their stable coin yield. They offer 5% or 4% yearly. So they don't want that. Banks do not want that because we wreck. If you're someone that doesn't like trading or that just wants something stable and doesn't want to do risk, and you have some cash that you want to just yield, Coinbase, reputable, just stake it into a stable coin, you'll get back way more than you would in a regular bank. And that's what they don't like.
Yep.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, man. So it's awesome.
The business case for banks is a losing value. So why am I going to continue to use a product? A bank is a product. It's a custodial product of my money, where one, they restrict my money's movement, but it's my money. Why are you restricting the movement? And the other thing, is it's losing value the whole time it's there. The fees are insane. Look at ATM fees. If I want to pull out fiat or pull out cash out of an ATM, that is insanely expensive. If you don't go to the ATM that your bank uses, you might pay $4 in fees or more to pull out $20. So why am I going to continue with a product like a bank where I'm losing value on a regular basis?
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Nope.
we're supposed to be fighting inflation, not giving them our money. So no,
I'm trying
that
to
is
keep my
not
purchasing power.
yeah.
Do you guys have anything else you want to add on this topic about bridges and Anyswap, yield farming? We have some other yield farming stuff that we're going to go through too. So
I think I'm okay right now.
So I'm just kind of excited about the Bitcoins, or our native bridge to Bitcoin that's coming at, it should be, according to the roadmap, it should be by the end of October.
Okay.
And then the Cosmos bridge too.
Oh yeah. And the Cosmos been tearing it up.
Yeah.
Right
Cosmos
now.
going crazy right now.
Been tearing it up. So
I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's so many things in the pipeline right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So now we're going to talk a little bit about DeFi Kingdoms. You guys might have seen DeFi Kingdoms on Twitter or other places recently because it's been on a tear as well. But here's the DeFi Kingdom's actual website. I haven't gone and played with it that much. I just pretty much just connected my wallet and like looked at the basic character creation. But here it is. Let's go into it a little bit,
Also, if you are interested in using DeFi Kingdoms, I did make a guide. It's a Medium article on how to set up a liquidity pool. So I think Ram, if you can put that on the YouTube description.
I'll make sure to put it in the description. Thanks again, Kev. I appreciate that.
No problem. But one thing that I do want to stress and make clear is that only do an LP token with pools that DeFi Kingdom has available. Like do not make like a BTC in one pool, because that does not exist currently. It will probably in the future, but it doesn't exist right now, because if you do that, you're just wasting fees. Like you're wasting your assets and fees. So don't do that. Only do what they have available. And through the guide, I kind of show you what they have available, and then just scroll down and then pick one that you want to start supplying, and then just go based off of that.
I wish
I
had
let me
beforehand.
Let me send you the link.
Yeah, do that, and I can show it in the video as well. So I'll open that up once that's sent. But here's the DeFi Kingdoms platform. And so I'm going through this for the first time, as well as you guys seeing it. So let's go through. Ram. All right. Who do I want to choose? Let's choose this guy. Complete profile. What's gonna happen? Is it gonna ask me to sign it? Oh, I don't have funds.
You should always have at least one token in there.
I don't have any funds.
Special lesson for you guys.
Okay. Oops. Never mind. We can't go through that. But basically, this is the DeFi Kingdoms platform. This MetaMask that I have doesn't have any funds in it, so I can't actually enter, sadly. But
you can pull up the guide now and actually go through that process. So cool. we can go through it.
Is it in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat. You should see it right there.
All right. So Kev graciously created this this DeFi Kingdoms guide because I don't have the funds to get us into the system. But how to use liquidity pools on DeFi Kingdoms on MetaMask Mobile. I actually haven't played with MetaMask Mobile either.
It's so cool.
Oh,
You have to.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I do most of my NFT purchases on the MetaMask mobile because I can time it to when they, if I see them on Twitter post a new NFT,
Mhm.
I will quickly hop on,
Yeah.
Mm.
scoop that up. So I love MetaMask mobile.
I saw the harmonies. The harmonies look actually really clean. Like I was like, oh,
I love harmonies.
they
I've done
look
a
Love
so
ton of them.
clean.
I guys, I used the last of my bag on harmonies. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I was laughing because this morning, by the effing dip, did another harmony NFT.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, my last 50 tokens went to that. It was worth every
Yeah. I've been trying to get
every
that whole
one.
collection of the forward slash Harmony collection. I missed
Oh,
out on 2 of them so far.
same here, but it's legendary.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It's awesome. It was freaking funny.
I'm sad that we didn't get him on this episode. I should have done a little bit more work to research or just talk to him and get him on. But we'll have him on in the future. We'll definitely have him on in the future.
It's
Cool.
just fun. That's
Yeah.
the idea. We're just having fun. I mean, what's the point of doing all this if it's all business all the time?
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I agree. All
Definitely.
right. So this is the DeFi Kingdom's guide. Do you want to take over, Kev, since it's your guide? Going through it, I'll scroll for you.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, that's the homepage as what you saw Ron previously set up. So when you're going through it, I kind of just briefly explained what liquidity pools are and kind of what the risks that it's involved, just because I want readers to know that this isn't like guaranteed gains. Like you have to realize that cryptocurrency, it's not a guaranteed gain. So they do have risk. And I linked to an article where they actually explain a little bit better what the risks are for yield farming. So over there where it says understanding and permanent loss, you can click on that and that person does a very good job on describing the risks that are involved in that. So as soon as I go through that, I kind of just let you know that a little bit about DeFi Kingdoms, just a small brief description of what they plan to do. I will update that as they update theirs. But then we go to the creating a character aspect of things. And as you've seen, you get, sorry, Jesus Christ. After you do that, first you just want to make sure that your MetaMask is set up correctly on the Harmony mainnet. So you're going to be able to actually use it to connect the DeFi Kingdoms. And I did release on a guide last night on how to do that specifically. But moving forward, as you scroll down, I'll show you how to create your character. So once you get on there, you'll click on play, and as soon as your wallet is connected, you'll automatically be sent to create your profile. So you add your username, you'll confirm the transaction to complete your profile, which Rom clearly failed to do. So as you do that, you'll complete your profile, and then you'll be greeted with the DeFi Kingdom map. And from there, you'll just
Ooh.
click on the marketplace. It's so cool. I love how they did it. And if you have your volume up, you'll actually hear their theme song playing throughout the whole thing. It's so cool. But you go to marketplace, and then from here, what you'll do is you'd want to swap the asset that you want to supply the liquidity pool to. For example, I think I used JCR.one. So what you'll do is you go to the trader, you'll select the token, and from there you'll select jewels. Scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, and then from jewels, you'll just put the amount that you want to do. So let's say 1,001 tokens, you'll swap that for jewels that at that time was 130 jewels. You'll complete the transaction. Scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, after you approve it, you'll see the jewels that you purchased, and then go down more. From here, after you have that, you'll go to the druid. From the druid, you'll actually go to the gardens, and you'll select him, and then he'll give you a menu of what liquidity pools they have available. So scroll down more. Yeah, and then from there, I listed the current pools that they have available. So from there, if you're a person that wants something stable, the best choice out of there is one with USDC or Binance US dollar. So those two are the most stable. And also, I think Jewel UST and then Jewel BUSDT. So those are the stable coin and the Jewel or /1 pools that you can use, but their yields are lower. So they're not as high as the other ones. But if you want something stable, those would be the places that you would go to. And you can swap to those assets using their DEX. But from here on out, you'll create that LP token. So on the garden, you go to add liquidity or create liquidity pair, and then you'll put those two assets, top or bottom, and then you'll confirm the pair. So from there, I'll show you how much I used. I approved it, did all the permissions and all that stuff. And then a very cool thing is if you go up a little bit, yeah, MetaMask on the mobile, they actually give you the option to add it to your wallet.
This is really
cool. Yeah, so when you click on that, it'll automatically get added onto your actual wallet. So if you were to like back out in your main wallet, you'll actually see it listed there on underneath whatever assets that you have. So it's a pretty cool thing. So then you keep scrolling down. From here, we'll actually go into the farm and actually supply the pool. So see how I looked for it, click deposit, and then just get the ball rolling. I did every little screen, and then yeah. So once that's done, you have successfully supplied the liquidity pool, and you'll see how much you have in there. So that was just with 501 tokens and jewels.
Wow.
So yeah. So like I said, it can be very lucrative. It's just keeping an eye on it and just watching it grow. I only recommend to use funds that you do not mind losing. Don't put your life savings in this, please. Just don't do that. No, that is the worst thing you can do. Yeah. Just put whatever you feel comfortable losing, and that's the key word in this, losing, because anything can happen. We don't know, but you just want to think of it in that aspect, because if something doesn't happen, that's just like free money in a sense. You just made gains that you weren't planning on, and it just, it's just better in that type of mind frame. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. That's the guide. I try to make it as simple as possible. But any feedback or anything is welcome. Anything that makes it a lot easier for you guys, I'm all for it.
No, that was a great guide.
Feel free to use it, man.
I might. Do you know what liquidity is looking like on DeFi Kingdoms right now? It says right here like 8 million just for this one pool, right? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but that was Kevin, that was a week ago.
Okay.
No, wait, I think that was
you're not
maybe Tuesday.
No.
Like, yeah, if you were to actually go right now, let me see. Let me launch it real quick. I think that might be more.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, because it's very popular now. I think it's one of the top DeFi game projects on let me see, where is it at? Yeah, so right now it's 11,667,697.
That's
So
dope.
yeah, that jumped by like maybe
Yeah.
by like 3 million. So yeah, it's growing. And it's just starting. That's why everybody's so excited, because they haven't released their heroes yet. They haven't done the quest, they haven't done any of that
Yep.
stuff, which would be, I'm just excited and interested in how they go about it.
Yeah.
Um,
So how does that compare with sushi as far as TVL? I think that's like a ninth of sushi's TVL and rapidly closing the gap too.
Yeah. And sushi
yeah,
is like heavily well known compared to
Yeah.
and it's been for a minute compared to this, I think DeFi Kingdoms does a great job in creating a world, telling a story, and that
mhm.
really hooks people. I know Stefan C kind of talked a bit about that, building a culture, building a world, building more than just um, uh, tokens and magic beans, but actually like an actual story that people can connect to in some type of way. And I think
Yeah,
that really helps.
Well,
going on quests for NFTs or like going on quests for items that you get to keep and collateralize or earn rewards on. That's going to be a lot of fun actually.
Mhm.
Fun to me is the key. And that's what's going to drive adoption is if people can get excited and have fun with it. And so DeFi Kingdom's gonna, I think they're gonna continue to bring in more and more people that way.
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
yeah, it's an interesting project. It's not like, don't expect like a traditional game where you can move character. Like it's nothing like that. It's more of like, think of it, you're using your assets to play a game that brings value to the NFTs that you purchase or that you obtain. Like, would it be so cool if you're through a quest, you obtain a certain quest NFT that it was only like, for example, time limited. I don't know if they're gonna do this, but let's say if this quest is only limited for like 1 week, so all of you guys have a chance to go in there and complete this quest, and then you get this exclusive NFT. And once that time limit is over, you have an exclusive NFT item that you can either sell, trade, or just have it grow in value. So it's just different ideas and stuff like that is what they're going to have the ability to do. And that's just so fun, so interesting. It brings like a whole new dynamic to how we can use NFTs.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. So I think, does anyone else have anything they want to add more about DeFi Kingdoms?
I think I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I like it. I'm excited to see where it goes. And I love the theme. It's like the old Zelda theme or something
Yeah.
similar to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know for like a lot of people of my generation, we grew up on the 2D side scrolling, very pixelated look. So that aesthetic is always appealing, it's always appealing for us. But yeah, I think we can go into the next topic. So the next topic, thanks again, guys, for discussing and talking about that, because my knowledge is not there for DeFi
No
Kingdoms.
worries. Yeah,
So
we have fun.
yeah. So the next topic we're going to talk about, Harmony has been promoting this quite a bit, and it is the 300 million plus on bounties, grants, and Daos, available for people who are trying to develop or just contribute to the ecosystem, the Harmony world. So here's kind of like a breakdown of how they're going to be distributing the funds, kind of their thought process, and what they have available. They have grants available for different businesses, different ideas that people have. And yeah, this is basically just a call for people in the crypto world. We have funding, come build on Harmony. We have something great, come build here. What do you guys think?
I think you should apply and let me know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely want to. I want to 100%.
There's gonna be 10 hackathons total. We've already done 2, and look what those have already generated. So imagine another 8 hackathons fully funded.
Yeah,
that's gonna be wild.
It's awesome. I love it because it's an open invitation for anybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you come from, if you have previous experience with different blockchains, like it's to reward the developers. And most of the time, even in the game industry or any of those like developers, they have like hardly any voice. They're like just abused. They don't really have much of a choice. You know, they go through what corporate company wants. And here, it's a total different ecosystem. Like, if you love coding, you love developing, like this is for you. You can do it at your own pace. You can start developing something, have fun doing it, and you can create something that people all around the world will start using. They even say themselves, if you have developed apps before for like, you know, the phone or anything like that, they're looking for you. You know, just start, make it, and you get compensated. And that's a project like whoever makes the Harmony app, the one wallet, like everything, whoever made that, it's just, he should be so proud because like everybody's going to start using that. That's going to be the go-to wallet.
100%.
Yeah. So it's just all that's open invitation. Just come check it out, you know, find your place and you just start going. You're going to have the whole Harmony team backing you up. Lee, Stefan, like all of them are just, you get to meet these people and it's just awesome. You just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Jim.
So one of the kind of key things about the market right now, there's no shortage of people that want to get in the market. The shortage is a talent shortage, and getting builders to build on your chain. It's a talent race right now. And so when Harmony launched this, they eventually, or basically fired the first shot in the talent, race. And that is going to be one of the key factors. One of the other very important points about this is Harmony is fully EVM compatible. So if you build something on Harmony, or if you build something on Ethereum, you can just port it to Harmony in minutes. So that's one of the greatest, I wouldn't say advantages because we're not in competition, but that's one of the greatest reductions of friction in the space, is being able to hop between Ethereum or build and launch on both.
Yep. It's literally 3 or 4 lines of code. I've watched their videos in terms of how to port things from Ethereum to Harmony. And it's literally like 3 lines of code in the smart contract and boom, it's on Harmony. So
yeah, they did all that on purpose. Why? Because we want to build bridges to as many chains, as many protocols as possible. Just oh man, and that's what's so amazing about it. Whatever application that you built, let's say on Curve, as soon as that snapshot ends, and in about like 2 weeks, like whatever the app that you created on there, it's just as simple as a few codes, and bam, it's in Harmony. And then now you have 2 chains with your dApp. So it's the same thing like with Sushi. They're not just on Harmony, they're on different other blockchains, and all around now they have like a $4 billion liquidity across all their chains. That's insane. Yeah, as of today, they have $4 billion in liquidity locked throughout all their blockchain. So just imagine that if you're a dApp developer, like, and you have your dApp on a chain, you're restricted to that chain. And now with Harmony, you're able to bridge to us and to multiple chains. So it's cool. I think it's so awesome.
So how many multi-chain dexes do we have now? We have Viper or Venom DAO. We have Sushi. Narwhal just came on.
Rubik,
Yeah.
Yeah, Rubik. That's another big one.
Anyswap,
Yeah, we have Anyswap.
Anyswap. Let's see. I'm sure we have a couple more too, and more on the way. That's the thing. That's 100% the thing. There's more adoption coming. People are seeing that it's very simple to onboard Harmony. And, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen on Twitter, the Ethereum fee complaints have not been stopping. They've been increasing, you know?
Yeah.
So you can get away from all of that just by switching your DApp over to Harmony.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm definitely, like, Jimbo and I were talking about a DApp that I'm working on earlier.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
And so
it's gonna
be a while. It's gonna be a while, but I definitely want to go through this and get, you know, whatever help that I can, because it's something that, you know, I'm passionate about. It's something that, like, I love creating systems, and being able to do that at my own pace and my time, and receive like aid,
feedback,
receive funding, receive backing. That's everything. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this Bounties, Grants, and Daos. Now we're gonna go ahead and start talking about Debank right here. So basically, Harmony had a partnership, is partnering with Debank. I don't know if you guys have seen it. And basically, this is a portfolio tracker. So it will allow you to track all of your Harmony assets in this, alongside all of your different assets, which I think is very important, just to keep track of things, you know, make sure you know what's where, make sure you know what things are going on with your DeFi assets. So do you guys have any thoughts or opinions on Debank?
Yeah, when I was looking at when you first told us about it, I saw that Viper Swap was on there. So the cool thing is that you also have Ethereum Finance Chain, and I use Finance Chain. I use PancakeSwap, so I'm able to actually put in my PancakeSwap portfolio in there, and the pools that I'm delegated to. I can have those statistics up alongside with my Harmony statistics, and I can just kind of keep an eye on everything that's going on with them, without having to manually go to each app,
website,
each website, and plug in my credentials and get everything on. It's just a one-stop shop. So I love it. It's interesting. I can keep an eye on my yields and everything like that. So it's cool. I like it. And so if you're into yield farming, you do stuff like that, this is like the perfect place to come to.
One of the other things about it is you can kind of track or see, it's an aggregator too. So you can see the best places where you'll get the most for your money on swaps and stuff like that too.
Yeah, they have other protocols like Maker, Compound. So you have multiple avenues. So if that's your thing, if DeFi is really your thing, this is a good tool to use and take advantage of, you know, just maximize your earnings.
Yeah, I know. You know, people who are doing, oh my goodness, what the heck? People who are doing TA use particular tools to improve, tools and metrics to improve their analysis. And that's exactly what this is. To improve your game, to improve your performance, you have to use different tools. And this is one of the tools that are available to you. So that's pretty much all we want to talk about for Debank. I'd say let's go in and talk about Harmony One and Beefy Finance. So Harmony recently partnered with Beefy Finance, and they have now a Sushi One pool, vault or liquidity pool live, currently earning, or as of this post, was earning 20.8% APY, which is cool. I know Beefy, when I was first getting onto DeFi, was one of the first DeFi platforms that I actually came across. So it's really cool to see that Beefy is recognizing Harmony, being like, oh, there's something great over here. Let's make sure we get a piece of that pie.
Yeah, I actually like that, because I did the when PancakeSwap did the pool for Cake and One. I think they had it for like maybe a month or so, but just off of that, I was able to get a few, like I think like maybe 2,000 Harmony tokens from that. And it was just locked in there for like, I think over a month. And that's just insane, so like able to take advantage of these pools when they're up, they bring a lot of good yield, and it's secured, so you're getting all that back, and then it's awesome. But on that specific one, it was just Cake. I didn't have to do a liquidity token, so it didn't come with too many risks. But with Sushi One, if that's something that you can actually take advantage of.
So one of the things that I like about Beefy is that it's they call it a vault, and it kind of auto compounds your rewards into more liquidity pool tokens.
Yeah, so it increases. That's why they're able to offer such a high yield, because it's something that every Harmony person wants done with our validators. The auto compounding. Like I hear it asked all the time. I can't wait until we actually do that, because it will increase everybody's profitability.
Return, yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, just by a huge percentage. So that's the power of compounding. If you've ever heard any like financial professor or anybody speak about compounding, that is like one of the 7 wonders in the world. Just it is, man. It's something that the rich and powerful use on a daily basis. So that's an amazing tool to use, and especially when your assets, it's doing that, everything just gets compounded. It increases the yield.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's go into FuzzSwap now. So FuzzSwap is actually do you want to talk a little bit about it, Jimbo?
Yeah, so I've actually been using FuzzSwap. I got in on the ICO or the ISO by staking with FuzzFi validator. I didn't, I staked a little bit. I ended up getting like 1,500 fuzz at the time. So I was able to kind of start my, my adventures with FuzzFi with that. So if you look over on the left, the producer, so that's going to be your typical farms. I immediately dropped my fuzz into the Fuzz One. I added the one to match it. At the time, it was something, the APR was something insane, like 12,000%. It drops as you go with these liquidity pools. It's to be expected. The very first people in are going to make the largest gains. But so what I've been doing is I've been taking the fuzz I'm earning off that pool, go over to the Reverb Studio. I got a surprise for y'all.
Ooh.
Automatic restaking. So I drop in there. I have about 15,000 fuzz that I've got staked in there, and I'll continually bring my farming rewards and I'll add to that, so it's a second form of compounding.
Mhm.
So and
Oh
the
yeah,
amount of
I see exactly what you're saying. I see it. I know
uh,
exactly what you're doing. Go
so
ahead.
so the amount of fuzz I have is just accelerating. The biggest thing about FuzzFi that is exciting is you look over on the left, you can't click on it yet, but it's a lending protocol like Av, or not a protocol, but a lending app like Av. And you're going to be able to lend out your fuzz or allow people to borrow, and you'll be able to borrow against your fuzz. Uh, you'll be able to borrow against the one you're staking with the FuzzFi validator too.
Mm.
So there's a lot of exciting things. And uh,
Yeah.
so the dev that developed this, he's been working on it for quite a while. He's actually pretty active in the community. He's well doxed, so not a lot of risk with that. Um, he's extremely busy. He still does other things as well. He's also the dev behind Rip.io. For those of you that remember. Uh, but he's available, so it's not like you have to worry about this isn't going anywhere.
No.
But the only thing that I've noticed, because he is very, very busy, we haven't seen a lot of marketing on this yet. And so people don't know what you can do with this. That auto compounding and then being able to bring your fuzz over and then add it to that auto compounding pool, that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
That is huge because it's the same thing that PancakeSwap does on their thing. You can stake your cake and it automatically compounds. And I've been doing that for about, I think, a week now. I've almost made almost 2 cake out of it. So just to kind of give you a picture of that, same thing it'll be the same thing with Fuzz is that right now Fuzz is at like a penny. Cake is at $20.
it went
So
up point zero, or it went up just this morning. It was at 0.014, I think, or maybe yesterday.
yeah, so I'm thinking of it this way. So that's you're compounding at a like astronomical rate. Cake is like already flown and left the building, but next bull cycle, cake is gonna be over $100. Fuzz might be where cake is. And then, so
Yeah.
$20, like, so just think about it in that aspect. You're able to use their validator, you're able to get rewards off of that, you're able to use their LP rewards and stake it to their auto Fuzz pool. That's a lot of compounding. And we've
Yeah.
talked a lot about compounding this episode. So that's a lot. And as of right now, even a small amount of, let's say like 2% of your portfolio will make a huge impact in the next few years.
Definitely.
So you don't have to use a lot. Just use a small portfolio, small percentage of your portfolio, and you will thank yourself in the next few months or years. But it's growing. It's a lot of that. And like Jimbo said, he hasn't really done a lot of marketing. I've only seen his validator. That's where I recognize it. But wow, now that Jimbo put me on game on this, that's another thing I'm gonna be doing this weekend.
Hey guys, we were talking about Fuzz Finance. Was there any last words that you guys had about Fuzz Finance or anything more you wanted to add to it?
Nothing in particular, but I noticed there's something interesting on the left-hand side, and that's the wager and the NFT factory. I don't have any information on that, but I'm kind of excited to see what they release with that. Especially the wager.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
think
what it's gonna be, but
yeah, I think I
if
might
we can
have
do betting or wagers on different things on FuzzFi, that'll be a lot of fun.
yeah, I think it might be kind of like something similar to what Cake does with their lottery section. If you buy, you can buy like a little lottery ticket. It might cost you like a couple cake, but when you do that, you get this like ticket. So at the end of the time period, what they do is they release the winning lottery ticket, and if you hit that, you get everything in that pot. So there's been some people who've won, and they've won like 4,000 cake. So
Ooh,
like 3,000 cake, like
ooh.
that is a lot,
That's a lot.
a lot. So wager might be something very similar to that. It might, I don't know if it'll be like a lottery, but it might be like possibly betting on something, like who knows, but it's interesting. If done correctly, you can actually really make a good comeback with something like that.
Well,
So that's actually pretty awesome. I'm actually excited to see what they do with that.
Cool.
a
Sounds
lot
good.
better than being down and going 100x on leverage.
Oh yeah. No, no, thank you.
Please don't do 100x. If you do, wow, you're insane.
100x leverage.
I
All
don't-
right.
I'm spot only. That's it. Just trade spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a safer bet, even though that's not safe at all, but that's a safer bet.
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said wealth is made slowly. So
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
and
over
you
time.
get wrecked quick, and that's one of the
Yep.
ways to get wrecked quick.
You don't get rich quick, you get wrecked quick. So you
Yeah.
got to do it slow.
Yeah. So next, we want to talk about a stablecoin partnership. This stablecoin partnership was with Unbound. Basically, they want to help or increase interoperability, and a way that they're doing that is through their UN, I think the UND token, or it might, I think there's, yeah, decentralized
Yep,
cross-chain UND stablecoin.
Mhm.
And so in my experience, the more stable coins you have attached to a network, the better, just because, you know, that allows you to have more liquidity available to you in the actual protocol. So have you guys heard about Unbound Finance at all? Have any thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is actually my first time you talking about it, but that's actually really cool. That just shows how many different like just projects are just starting to jump on board with Harmony, and I'm seeing it now, like they're starting to leverage Harmony now. It's not more of like, hey, let's just join them. No, they're using Harmony as a leverage now, just because the roadmap. I don't know if you can pull it up, like the 1 second finality, the first quarter of the year of 2022, that's going to be phenomenal. And just the bridge, the BTC bridge, and all that stuff. So a lot of these places are now using Harmony like as a leverage. So we're going to be able to see a lot of different projects just integrate with us, and helping us increase our interoperability is just another. Yeah, I think you just passed it a little bit up, a little bit more, right there. Yeah, that's our roadmap. So just look at that. We're going to be killing it, and this is probably like towards like February of 2022. Most of these things should be like
Complete.
being adopted, completed, and if anything does get delayed, what, a month or two? So like we're gonna be just killing it.
100%.
So that's awesome. And look, Cosmos Bridge. You see that at the bottom?
Bridge.
Yeah.
Yo, that's gonna be awesome.
Gonna
So
be-
yeah, we're not done. And I think that's why a lot of these projects are just coming in, because they see the potential. And
100%.
yeah,
Look at the team on the cross-chain NFTs. Look who
Mhm.
all's involved in that.
Jackie Ganesh.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Dude, we're gonna be killing it,
And
man.
I'm super excited about cross-chain NFTs, being able to bridge NFTs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
That's
being able to bridge
A Bored Ape.
those yeah, that's what I was gonna say, a Bored Ape from ETH to
Yeah,
Harmony.
a
Like,
legitimate one, not where somebody's traced it and minted on another platform,
Mhm.
but
and that's what I'm talking
Bored
about.
Ape.
Ah, that'd be so awesome, because that's what they're gonna do.
100%.
Because if, let's say, you have like a $10,000 valued ape, and if you were to sell that, you're gonna be spending like maybe $1,000 in just fees alone just to sell that.
Yep.
So once that person realizes, you know what, if I could just cross-chain it to Harmony, I'm gonna be able to take 99% of that profit from that fee. Yo, that is a huge no-brainer. And then we're gonna see these people actually come on to Harmony and do projects like Harmonies, projects like what's another one that they were doing? I think that the Toucan one, I don't know if
The
you've
one
seen that.
can.
Yeah, the one
yeah.
can. Like, we're gonna
Yep.
see a lot more projects like that just coming in, Harmony Punks. They can actually even bridge the Harmony, the original Harmony Punks from ETH
Yeah.
into Harmony.
Yeah.
You know how awesome that would be? Like, it just opens so much value. And even Stefan recognizes that. And that's why he was talking about it. Because it's a huge, huge market. And people are starving to buy more, and they're looking for the lowest fees chains. That's why some of them are running in Solana. Solana is going nuts right now in their NFT market. So it's going to be very, very interesting seeing all this flourish.
Yeah. Vitalik himself, recently said NFTs should be put on layer twos, or basically ecosystems that are other than Ethereum, scaling ecosystems like Harmony. That's where NFTs should go, because they, for one, can provide relief on all the transaction fees, and for two, just have improved technology, better technology that allows for better experiences for the actual user. And I think that's what places like Unbound see. Unbound sees the cross-chain potential that Harmony brings. And that's everything.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to add about Unbound?
No, I think we're good.
Cool.
But I think Jim has a few announcements for everybody.
All right, so basically, we've been doing a Twitter Spaces called "The State of Harmony." Yes, it's a double entendre. So we're going to do them once a week. We did one this past Friday, and it's just an opportunity to interact with the community. Let the community ask questions, provide information on what's coming up, what's happening right now, what recent integrations, announcements, how the protocol is actually operating, and also kind of so the community can bring to us requests. There was a couple of great requests that came out of that, and we were able to get them moving over to the talk.harmony.one forum to make those requests. So we're going to do those once a week. Right now, it's currently myself, Shake My Head, or SMH Validator, Jess, who's also a validator, Sir Sapient1, who is one of the admins for DaVinci, and Sean from Wellness Node. And we're all kind of doing that. We're trying to get a few more people in. Easy Node Validator was there. I think Rock the Blockchain is going to try and come out, and maybe even Harmony Hub may try and hop in on some of these.
Yeah, that's going to be so cool, because we don't really get to hear from Rock like on a personal level as like speaking one-on-one like that. So, and he is just phenomenal. He is kind of like the groundbreaking person to talk to about Harmony, always on it. You follow his tweets, he's on top of almost all the daily news involving Harmony. And then, you know, it's awesome to be able to talk to these people and pick their brains, because you get a lot of nuggets from these Twitter spaces. And
100%.
oh man, it's amazing. And Sam even came on, like that was so cool. Just
That was
talking
our
to
celebrity guest, which
yes,
Sam Harrison came on. And if you've ever interacted with Sam, he's just so much fun.
Mhm.
You know, he is, you know, he's got a great personality. It's just a lot of fun to talk to. And he's super knowledgeable about so many things in the blockchain space.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. So just follow Jim on Twitter. He's keep an eye on for his tweets when he makes the announcement and all that stuff, and then schedule them and join, talk to us, talk to all of us, and just have fun and learn more about what's going on Harmony.
Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. So that's pretty much all we had for today's episode of A Bro's Dream podcast. Jim, thank you again. This was such a pleasure. We loved having you on this episode. Your knowledge, insight is unparalleled. So thank you again.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks for
thanks,
having
Jim.
me. You know, I actually had a lot of fun with you guys, so I appreciate the invite. I'd love to come back again
Oh,
sometime.
definitely, 100%.
Yeah, we'll have you back.
Yeah.
I love having you. Yeah, your leadership and everything is phenomenal. You're a big inspiration to the Harmony community, validators, new people coming on. You're one of the go-to peoples that people like to and love to interact with. Thank you for coming on. It was a joy. We had so much fun within this past few hours, but love to have you back, and I can't wait to talk to you guys on Twitter Space again and on our podcast.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks again, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.